Alright, No Good Gamer here. Welcome back for episode 25 of Stone Block 4. I'm going to try to run through this episode kind of quickly through the things and not drag, because a couple of things are repeats. So the farm behind me like this, I'm basically going to be setting up yet another one, but this time we're going to be trapping the Warden. Difference being, instead of using the fluid laser base, it's a soul laser base from the industrial foregoing souls. So we're going to be harvesting souls so that we can use souls to soul surge. So instead of using my temporal pouch that I have to store time by just being online, we can just have a system that we connect to things to keep it consistently, basically tick accelerated. And that'll be nice for like training up new chickens and stuff. Speaking of which, I got our ancient draconian chicken, and I level it all the way up to 128, so it gets 64 every single time. And I filtered in to a stacking drawer, and we already have 6,200 blocks of our ancient draconium. What's awesome about that, now, I'm going to grab a ton of these. I think that was probably more than I need, but we're going to go and upgrade our draconic battery. So you should be able to just come up here, hit this, turn it off, tier up, assemble, frames. Oh, there's stuff in the way. End up having to just rebuild the whole thing. Means need a bunch of that too. Now let's see. Mage light. Where the heck is there a mage light? Right there. Oh. Is it gonna build the whole thing? Do I have enough? Oop. Start again. It's getting gigantic. Oh. Activate. Oh yeah. So, the previous tier is this teeny little line right here. Because it's still holding on to the like 2 trillion power ahead in here. That's what I was talking about, how it's like almost infinite. This is great. It also looks cooler now. And it came down a lot lower, so it's kind of in that stuff, but not a big deal. It should still be working. Yeah, I can still see them pulsing and doing their thing. And this is still gaining its power, and these should honestly be running again. Yeah, it drained all the reserve power, and it's back to just coming over here and making this a little bit more often, because that's going to be consistently drawing. Yeah, see. But hey, upgrades. That's far bigger than I expected it to be. Still looks cool though. Another thing I was going to do was upgrade my sword. because now I have Draconic stuff unlocked, I can actually upgrade to Draconic. And let me see real quick. I'm going to, guess we'll just go here, here. We'll go to build, but we'll get rid of the Wyvern Sword. And then do that, throw that in there, and now I can actually use my sword. And what I'll do is I'll stick it in here, and since there's something in here, nothing will be able to go in there. So now I can go here, hit that, and it should craft up now. And did it not finish? Yeah, put it back, but it is this, and it didn't want to count it because it didn't come out with the same exact NFT data. Which I still have all my mods on, but now I can make more mods. And on top of that, again, now that we're in the Draconic tier, I should be able to make, yeah, the red versions, which are even bigger. So like, Wyvern damage module is 4 attack damage for each one of these. The red damage module is 8, so it's twice as much. This is going to get crazy. Alright, I got caught up doing a whole bunch of other stuff, but I finished slamming a bunch of upgrades in here. I just upgraded both of my energy modules to the Draconic ones now, as well as 2 speed modules. So instead of getting a total of 50%, I'm getting a total of 100%, and then I'm getting like a lot of, I'm getting like 32 million power that I can hold on this, and 26 of these Draconic damage modules. So I went ahead and stripped the enchants off of this. We're sitting at 215.88 attack damage. Another exciting thing about what I did was, if you haven't noticed, there's a bunch of random stuff all over my enchanting thing. I have a bunch of skeleton skulls, wither skulls, and a bunch of candles all over the top. But I added these 2 new shelves, adding the Echoing Skulk shelf and then the Draconic End shelf. I have now maxed everything on my enchanting table. 100, 100, 100. This is why I decided to pull the enchants off, because I want to see just how big. Like, what the heck? Why is the third one got level 3s only on it? Is that... That is pretty crazy, but I'm going to try again. Oh my god, that's a long list, and we still have another step to go. Because, on top of that, I now have access to creating Godforge pearls, which now means that these are going to be mythic instead of the purple that it was. So I'm looking to increase my attack damage. Like, there's a 287. I like that, but let's see if we can get it higher. Doesn't look like it. So 287 with Shocked, Weakness 2, Flaming Strike 5, and ignores 50% of durability. It only has 1 gem slot. So I think I figured out which one I want to go with. And this one has 20% lifesteal for light weapons. So I think that'll do good with all this damage I have on it. And now the final test is to see what my DPS is. Remember, all my last stuff was only doing about 200 to 250 DPS. Oh my god, that started out at 1500. Yeah, that Flame Strike, when it hits hard. Like, now moving on, we're gonna go get a Warden trapped. Alright, so I set up the spot where we're gonna be farming them. And I have entangled that block back over here and got too close to the stasis chambers and connected the storage bus directly to that, so that it's basically I don't have to like try to snake my way in there because I have it buried underneath a whole bunch of these. But now all I gotta do is go get a Warden, put in a portal. I've got the dislocator already set for the location. Ooh, don't want him to spawn in just yet. So, I think it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's it. So now I just gotta get him summoned in and follow me over there into the portal. I built this to make sure I figured out his size. Here, bro. Come to me, homie. Come on. Bro's gonna shoot at me instead. Come on. Oh my gosh. And there he goes. Hee hee. And I still have my portal up. So we should come back and see. Booyah. And with that, let me access it. There we go. Yeah, we are gaining pretty quickly. Storage bus is connected. Why am I not? Alright, so I ended up figuring out what it was. The entangle block was working fine. It's just a matter of, for some reason, you have to tap into the top of the block, not any of the other sides, to be able to get it to work. So with that, if I look up souls now, it shows our Warden souls on the system. And with this, we can use soul surges to just boost our, like basically tick accelerate whatever we need to. So that's going to be pretty cool. Alright, so I went ahead and I also did the Draconic upgrades for my Draconic chest piece as well. And I also created a Draconic Staff of Power, which the Draconic Staff of Power requires you using the Draconic Pickaxe, the Draconic Shovel, and a Draconic Sword to make. It is a multi-tool that allows me to break, you know, blocks, like wood, stone, any of it. It works really well. It looks kind of slow while I'm flying, but if I go like this, it's all instant. Don't want to leave holes in my wall. But on top of that, so on here, I have it maxed out with damage the same way I have on here. I could have done like a bunch of efficiency type stuff to make it like a full multi-tool as opposed to a weapon, but if I feel like it, I kind of want to be able to switch and just whack things with that if I'm in the middle of doing something. But the upgrades I put on my chest, you have to have a shield control module to even use shields. So until I had Awakened Draconium, I wasn't even able to make the original one, which is ironic because I immediately upgraded it to the Draconic version. But doing that with 5 of these like large shield modules, I have a couple Undying modules, which basically work like having Totems of Undying. I get 2 charges of them, and they recharge after I think 30 seconds or 60 seconds. And then these are recovery modules, which just make my shield recover faster. And then I just have a whole bunch of energy to make sure that, you know, none of it loses charge. And then, of course, my night vision module, because I do not like shadows and darkness and not being able to see things. But with that all done and taken care of, I think we can at least go and talk to the Wormrite real quick and see what our next steps are. See if there's... Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. I hit home instead of spawn. So now we're here, and then we go to the Wormrite, and we should be able to... Yeah, we talk to him. Complete that section, and it says we need to make a Chronoton Resonator. So we completed that. Our next thing is to make this guy. So I'm going to hit A on that so that it bookmarks it over here. I do already have the Shoalfire on craft. We have Fortron. Obviously, we have Source. I have more power than I need at the moment. We will need more power later. But with that, I'm going to build the automated stuff, and then we will see if we can get that built real quick. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, because I was working on getting that whole thing set up, and as part of what you need for it, you need time crystals. And my way of I want to get time crystals, because I want that anyway, is I'm going to make... I made the timey-wimey chicken. I've already got one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set up a spot real quick using the soul surging to be able to make this a lot faster for making sure that I can, or wait, wrong thing. I meant to right-click. But, so I put a connector down like I normally do to connect to my system, and then you use an interface so that you can get your Warden souls, and a soul pipe. And then I'm going to put a soul charge on top of that, and on top of that is where I'm going to stick my chicken trainer. And then all around the sides, I'm going to go ahead and... Whoops. Why is it not letting me do it? I should be able to stick these on the side. I don't know why it's not letting me. That'll let me go on that side. Oh, it's the front. I think it just doesn't want me to go on the front. So let me see. Can I go on the top then? Yes. And with that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go connect, 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 and then I can connect that to the bottom. And this should be fully soul surge now. And then I just need to stick one of these down and get me some pipes. Put that, add that to the network, and I'm not going to connect it just yet because I want to be able to do that, and I need to get one of these upgrades so I can stick that in there, and then make sure that we have this filtered for the tier 9 seeds. And since I'm using the ultimate upgrade, it'll pull as fast as it can. So now that I have that connected, I can just... Whoops. Oh, there's something there. That's why it wasn't letting me. Oh well. So then I'll just do that. And just like that, I don't know why I had tier 7 in there. But just like that, now we have tier 9 seeds dumping into here. And it's fully soul surge, so I should be able to just drop this dude in. Why is it... They seem to all be working. Am I not getting enough souls? No, that seems to be working. Why do you appear to not... Oh, is it somehow not able to be soul surged? It's tick acceleratable. Like if I do that, it works the way it's supposed to. Why is soul surging not working on the chickens? Alright, so you can't use soul surges on it, and I was building a advanced time wand, and we don't have the export card in this to be able to just automatically fill it, so I'm just kind of making time fluid and then holding it and then shift left clicking on the fluid to add more to it. This can hold 8,000 1,000 buckets of time fluid, but I don't need that much. But with this, it works just like my pouch, and I can just set it to max and automatically should be able to just, yeah. Let me get that. And that gives us 30 seconds of max. And now we got our timey-wimey chicken. And I've already set up the thing underneath it with the ultimate pipe because of how quick these tend to make, because it goes 64 at a time. And then I don't have a place for these yet, so I'm going to pull that out. And come slot it in our wall. And just like that, we are making a ton of time crystals. And with all that set up, we can now, I have all of this set up. Chronoton glass is easy, we've already made that before. Chronon batteries are fairly easy, it's just mostly just craft stuff. Teleportation crystals are just craft stuff from things I already have. Time crystals we just finished, already had wyvern cores, so we have all of this, shoalfire, all of this is all good, so we can code this now. Stick that in the world engine. And we should be able to make one. This thing is going to take a little bit because it's got a few different world engine crafts, but for the most part, this should actually go fairly quickly aside from possibly the final craft to make that. And now we've got our Chronon Resonator. With that, we complete that portion, and we got to go talk to the Wormrite one more time. Hey. Oh yeah. I'm all trying to go straight to the Wormrite. Now then, complete his next stage. That is it for me. Gives me that, and gives an extra Chronon battery. And that unlocks these 2 additional tiers of things that I'm gonna need to do. But first, we can go meet these guys and end the episode. So to go talk to these guys, you gotta use the Chronon Resonator, shift, right click. I think that's what it was. Or does it need to be charged? Pretty sure I should just be able to shift right click or right click it. Or was it offhand? Oh, I need a Chronon battery. That's what it was. Now shift right click. There we go. And now we are in the new zone. And with this, we need to meet Radiance and the other guy. So let me get that off my bar. Bunch of random tasks got completed as I get over here. That's interesting. Yeah, this guy wants us to make a void container. And we're gonna go talk to Chaos. Who wants us to craft components needed for a tier 8 draconic energy core. So basically, the big draconic battery that I have right here, this is what we're gonna have to put the stuff together for again to put it into the system for work. But look at this. With all the stuff that I've already done, completed, 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 completed. I kind of jumped the gun because I really like draconic stuff. But now that we're at this point, when we come back, we're going to get into some particle acceleration and start working on pushing towards getting black holes and getting nuclear power and stuff. And with that, we are at the end of the episode. We went ahead and got ourselves a Warden trapped up, just like we did the other 2 mobs. Got it connected to the system, got our timey-wimey chicken, we pushed into the next quest, and surprisingly enough, with all the stuff we did over the last couple episodes with these trapped mobs and stuff and getting things farmed up, We already got a good portion of the next section already done. Didn't even realize. But next time we're gonna go and we'll probably get particle acceleration and some neutron stuff set up. But we probably will not be able to complete the entire tier section in the episode. We'll probably have to split that up into like 2 or maybe 3 episodes to get all that stuff completed. But with that, if there's anything you guys learn from here, maybe you got some pointers for me, some ideas for ways to set things up. Maybe I messed something up, something I could have done better. You know, leave some likes, subscribe, leave a little love, leave a little hate. At the end of the day, you know the drill. The most important thing is to have a good one.